Welcome to the Minesweeper project on VBTeacher.com. We're ready to add some messages to our game so that we can inform the user whether they've won or lost. This very well may be the last section of the program. Let's look at our form and see what we're looking at here. On our form, we do not have a space here anywhere to put a message box, and so what we're going to do, our approach is going to be to add an additional row down here to the bottom of the table layout panel. So that's our strategy here, and let's reduce the size of that a little bit so you can see it better. Okay, so now we have our Minesweeper form. And if we click carefully on the edge, I think we can get the table layout panel to pop up, and there's the little tab for this, and we can add a row. You'll notice it adds a row down here at the bottom, and then from the toolbox we can grab under common controls, one of those is label, and a label can fit down here in the bottom, and we want to now control the size and shape of this bottom row. And so let's go into the properties of the table layout panel, and our rows now we want to set up a little differently. The top row is going to have a size of exactly 60. The second row containing the game will have a size of 100, and let's set that bottom row to a size of 30 pixels, not absolute 30 but 30 pixels. That should be tall enough for our label. Now the label will have a number of properties to set also. Let's look at the properties of the label. First of all, the label should not have an auto size. We'll turn that off. Second, we want to dock the label in the form that it's in, which right now is just the lower left corner. Third, we would like this to go all the way across, and so we'll set the column span to 3. Fourth, we would like to go up and set the text alignment to center and center. Next, the forecolor, we want to have we'd like to use just a white image on top of that dark gray background color. Next, we need to set the font, and the font should be about 14 at least, and with bold and Times would be nice. Very official looking. Times New Roman, and that should work. Next, we want to get rid of the text because we really don't need it until we have a message to put up, and that should be good. Let's give it a name now. That text box down there, that label down there, should have the name label LABEL message. So this will just be the place where we put messages. Alright, now it's ready to go. All we have to do is post a message down here and we're ready to go. Going into the form now, we need to think about what messages we might like to have. And so first of all, we have no message at all on there. When the clock gets turned on, however, this is in the MineClick. The first time the MineClick is set, we could send a message, and we could say label message dot text equals game in progress, just to let them know that it's being played right now. If we hit a mine, we could have label message text equals game over, and if we use the each time we have gotten a win, we could tell them that they won. You win each time we do that. And finally, when we start the game, we probably want to clear that out entirely. So let's do a label message with string empty. Now let's try this out to see what it looks like. Run the game. We have it back in our small format. So now we have a little space down here. If we start playing, bam, game in progress. That shows up okay. Let's hit a mine. Game over. That works okay. Restart. Nothing down there. Let's start playing. Game in progress. And as we play the game, well, that was a good board. 7 seconds. You win. So I know that we won by doing that. Let's do that a little differently. Let's see if we can do this a little differently here. Let's click all of our green cells first and do this. The only way I can do this is to get all the green cells out of there and then click one of the gray cells and let them finish up. So there we go. Now we're going to use that other routine, and it says game in progress. Now if I click some of these, it'll finish up while it's doing that other routine, and indeed that works also. Alright, we have one more little detail that we should pay attention to, and that is that even after the game is done, we can go in and we can start messing with the board, and we can still lose. So it says game over, we just lost. We'd like to have it so that once the clock is stopped, you can't do anything more. And to do that, we're going to put in a little game over dim quit as Boolean equals false. And so when we start the game, we're going to set that quit equal to false. Alright. Actually, I like the name done better. Alright, so done is false. Now, there's only several places you can end the game, and they're all down in the event handler. And these are the places where they are. Let's set done equal to true. And let's do that for winning the game also. And so all those places now, they set the done equal to true and done equals false at the beginning of the game, so that done stays true until you lose or win. And then at the beginning of the mind click, we basically want to turn everything off. If done, then exit sub. And that will exit without letting us do anything else. It'll shut off all the keystrokes to the game. So now let's try it. We have the game running. We lose immediately, and we try to keep playing, and it quits. Nothing works here. None of the cells work any longer once the game is over. Let's try winning now. And we'll click on all the green ones. Be done fairly quick. You win. We shouldn't be able to do anything else after we've won or lost, either way. So win or lose, we ended the game. Now there's one last thing to do here. We appear to be nearly done. Let's take our debugging things out now. We had this one here where we hid the mines, and I'm just going to leave it in there but comment it out with a single quote, and then go down to the one that turns on the colored mines, the colors for the numbers, and that's off too. So now when we run it, we can't cheat any longer, and we have to play the game honestly. And so we'll try a corner cell, and we lose. So now we can't see anything of what's going on with the cells. And that was pretty fortunate. And there we go. So now the game is ready to be played. About the only thing I can think that we might add at some later date is a record-keeping thing to keep track of high scores. So that concludes our Minesweeper project. And thank you so much for choosing VBTeacher.com and programming this whole project along with us. Bye for now.